Attention, mes amis. Achtung, meine Freuden. Attention, amigos. Muchas gracias. Hallo, ich bin Eisbecken mit die... Okay, no need to panic. Sometimes circumstances call for a reality check, and that was mine to you. It's a wake-up call. Think of it as tough love. We're heading right now towards a Britain where English will only be taught in laboratories, and the middle class is so squeezed we'll be drinking it for breakfast. Listen, it might feel like we're all on the long slide to Alton Towers, but the reality is that help is at hand.
The UKIP leader, Nigel Farage, is often seen enjoying a lunchtime pint, but now he is a rival from a man usually seen behind the bar.
The Pub Landlord has today announced
my intention to run for election as Member of Parliament
in the seat of Thanet South in Kent.
Thanet is a wonderful place. I'm glad you asked me that question.
He plans to challenge the UKIP leader, Nigel
Farage, saying
his newly formed Free United Kingdom party is promising voters
common sense policies for common sense people.
Does this help or hinder Mr Farage?
Blah, 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 blah.
Because the truth is, this is going to be one of the contests on which there's going to be an awful lot of interest.
That has thrown up a problem for UKIP. I think they're spooked.
Blah, 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 game changer.
It's going to be an absolutely fascinating campaign.
The UK is ready for a bloke waving a pint around offering common sense solutions.
It was January 2015 when news broke that the Pub Landlord, a political newcomer, had decided to stand in South Thanet, one of the most hotly contested seats of the election. Video of his announcement quickly went viral.
Let me make three things very clear. I will not at any point try to reach out to you. I will not be offering the nation a conversation. Who wants to talk to politicians? No one normal. The reason I'm standing is because the system is broken. We all know it is. We hear people saying you shouldn't vote. Well, you should vote. You should vote, boys and girls. You should vote for me. Because we all know how it works, don't we? If you vote for UKIP, you get Labour. If you vote for Labour, you get the Tories. If you vote for the Tories, you get the Lib Dems. If you vote for the Lib Dems, you get UKIP. If you vote for UKIP, you get Labour. If you vote for the Greens, you get the SNP. If you vote for the SNP, you get the Tories. But if you vote for me, 1p a pint. We in the FUKP don't claim to have all the answers. Or indeed, any of them. But what we do promise is that we will save the British pub, fight Germany if they're up for it, and burn down the Houses of Parliament for the insurance.
Social media was quick to react. The Gov's common sense message had clearly struck a chord with the British public. Having previously made a documentary about hard-hitting politician John Prescott, I forged my reputation asking the tough questions that really mattered.
Did you tell Pauline about Jodie's tattoos?
She said she had them on the bum as well, I asked her.
You will cut that one out, won't you, Amanda? Behave yourself, you.
With voter disengagement on the rise and a raft of polished clones to choose from at the ballot box, I wanted to know whether a complete political novice
piss off
had what it took to break the mould. The Pub Landlord had agreed to let me film his campaign right up to the election. Today I was to meet him for the first time at his East London pub, the Wheat Sheaf, but I was unsure what to expect.
Hang on.
Hello.
Right, you're the...
I'm the director.
Oh, right, OK.
My name's Amanda.
Well, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Very nice to meet you. What
Welcome.
should I call, what would you like to be called?
Call me Gov.
Gov.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us and letting us do this.
Well, no, it's all part of the process, isn't it, these days, isn't it? You know. Anyway, do you want a tour? Here you go. There's the bar. That's a painting. Fruit machine. Pool table. I mean, there's sufficient queue room.
Have you got a lot of regulars?
Well, there's Steve, Alan and Steve are the main four. Steve's a great bloke. Steve's a real laugh.
The other Steve?
No, the third Steve. And the second Steve, he's a bit tight. And Alan just gets along with everyone. They're nice people.
The Gov had promised me nothing would be off limits during filming.
Welcome. To my domain. Yeah. It's quite narrow, this staircase.
True to his word, he was eager to show off his living quarters to me.
And when I need to relax, I relax in here.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you noticed, though,
yes.
how big that telly is? Look at it. Big telly.
What do you mainly watch?
I wouldn't watch that politics thing, that thing with Andrew Neil in it, because that's frightening. He's frightening.
Don't you think you have to brush up on all of that? That's political programming.
I don't want to learn too much. I was going to have to learn something along the way, and hone my skills politically. But you know, if you want to be the actual outsider candidate, you can't become an insider. Too slick, British public don't like it. Well, although they did like Tony Blair, but they don't like too slick. Well, no, that's right. They like really slick, not very slick. They're not keen on, but not at all slick. I'm sure they would like, which would be me. Does that make sense? That hangs together as an argument.
The pub landlord had chosen to run in South Thanet, a marginal seat of 68,000 voters on the Kent coast, currently held by the Conservatives, encompassing the towns of Broadstairs, Ramsgate and Sandwich. 5 months earlier, UKIP leader Nigel Farage had also declared his intention to stand in the constituency.
A high-profile Member of Parliament could perhaps put Thanet back on the map. I can't promise I could do that, but I think I'd have a better chance than anybody else.
On the ground, everything suggested a tough battle ahead.
It's so tight round here. I mean, obviously there'll be a lot of people voting for Farage, obviously.
I think it's going to be pretty close between the Tories, Labour and UKIP.
I think the pub landlord it will have some influence, and it could just sway the balance of votes down here.
This is the greatest country in the world, but we are in dire straits right now. And what we need is straightforward, honest, decent, reasonable, sensible, normal, down-to-earth, law-abiding, feet on the ground, reasonable, sensible, normal, rational, calm, tolerant, reasonable, normal, common sense, reasonable, rational, normal, calm, straightforward talk. From me.
I would consider voting for him, actually, yeah, definitely.
Very possible indeed, yeah.
The Gov felt his complete lack of political experience might help him transform Britain.
I mean, one of the good things is I have no record in government. So what you can't do with me, right, is go, well, last time you did this, which is what they do to each other. And they go, last time you did this. And they go, well, you did that. And they say, well, you never did anything about this, did you? And they go, well, you didn't either. That's basically Parliament, isn't it? I'm like, I've got no track record, so you can't accuse me of that. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Before formally launching his campaign, the Gov decided to visit South Thanet on a fact-finding mission.
Put yourselves.
It was his first chance to meet the voters and listen to their concerns.
The sound of that seagull is quite beautiful, isn't it? It's like a call to prayer, but for chips. Afternoon, madam.
I'll get you straight your pose.
Vote FUKP. You work in the aquarium?
I do indeed.
It's about meeting the people. I'm going to bomb this one.
First time you got quite close to your constituents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? You can almost feel the democratic tension in the air, can't you? Are you not very warm in that outfit?
No.
Oh, okay. Look at this lovely laundrette. How you doing?
I'm very good.
Okay.
I'm doing what real women do.
Right.
Real women's work.
Real women's work. God bless you. It's beautiful, isn't it? Hey?
Hello, Governor.
All right, Governor, how are you? So what are the issues?
Jobs.
Pfizer's closed down a few years ago.
Yeah.
That's where they invented Viagra.
Right.
Yeah. A great British solution for a great British problem.
Absolutely. In fact, the antidote to this stuff.
5,000 jobs when...
We need more jobs to come in.
More quality jobs.
Everywhere the Gov went, he found disillusionment with the current political class.
What's going on in this constituency, Dave? Do you know?
Absolutely nothing. No money spent, no jobs created.
Right.
Nothing.
So what needs to be done?
We need to do something for the young people.
Right.
More than anything else.
Jobs?
Well, if they've got no jobs, you know, what's the future hold for South Thanet?
Hello, Debbie. How you doing?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
And you? People really do not know which way to vote.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they believe anybody now.
Yeah. And they think the options all stink.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I think Mr. Cameron might need to take on some of Mr. Farage's ideas.
Like which ones?
About the immigration, the I word.
Okay. The elephant in the room. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
And you, Al.
There's a lot of people that come into this country, immigration, that have got qualifications and help the country, but...
And that's overlooked for a lot of the time.
Overlooked, you know.
So you think it's an issue for a lot of people?
Area. Kent looks racist, and it's not.
Right.
I think, and that's a lot to do with UKIP.
If
people have got jobs and healthcare and schools and they're comfortable, they're okay. They sit right in the middle.
Yeah.
When it goes wrong, those people polarise to the edges.
Yeah.
Then you get people like the UK Independence Party screaming and shouting that all the problems are about immigration.
Right.
And they're not.
They're not.
But you need someone to blame because it's all gone wrong.
Where do you stand on immigration?
Well, you know, it's a worrying business, isn't it? Yeah? People coming over here working harder than us, making us look feckless and unreliable. Here I am, running for Parliament. Would I be able to count on your vote, Dave?
You can count on my vote.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know, I think a lot of people go into those polling booths and they'll look down that list of people and they'll go, same old, and they'll say, sod it, let's give Al a chance.
Really?
Well, okay, put it this way. Could you possibly do any worse than the bunch of clowns that have been running it for the last 10 years?
That's exactly the vote of confidence I require. Thanks very much, Dave.
You're welcome, Al.
And this Morris Minor is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Got even more swagger on now.
Oh, yeah. The way he put that filled my heart with gladness. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Yeah, great, yeah.
How many votes have you got today?
It's feeling like at least half a dozen. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Immigration was the hot topic of the day.
Our country is not just red, white and blue, it is orange too.
Both Labour and the Tories were at pains to look both soft and hard on the issue.
It's not prejudice to be concerned about immigration.
You cannot control immigration, all the while you have an open door to nearly 500 million people.
Meanwhile, Nigel Farage wanted to leave the EU and impose an Australian-style quota system.
We've suffered from moral cowardice. We have, through mass immigration, allowed big ghettos to develop, and when it comes to confronting tough issues, we run a mile.
The pub landlord wasted no time setting out his stall.
I'd like to talk to you about immigration. The issue that stands before us most of all is, of course, immigration. FUKP have already pledged to brick up the Channel Tunnel. We pledge to go further. 1. All British beaches are to be mined. Sorry, Lady Di, this is important. 2. British citizens on birth to be issued with a secret password to prove they are British. 3. Passports to be replaced with a tattooed-on ID document. This common-sense approach to immigration and nationality is a complete departure from what the other parties are offering. You mark my words, they'll all be copying this stuff by the weekend. Vote FUKP. Vote common sense.